you haven't really had much time to process that one, but I guess from at this point, what did you think of it?
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing in the sense of our defence again in the first half, some similar errors like what we had in Tassie. There was a lot of things that, I look at the first quarter, I think Thomas really came out aggressive and probably put Keanu on the back foot. You add in 5 offensive rebounds, which, again, not trying to put Keanu on the spot, but, a lot of them are a result of him sort of getting caught napping. And they convert on everything. I think they had 11 second chance points, some costly turnovers, some sloppy execution on the defensive end, and suddenly we're in the change room at half time and they've got 55 on us. So, that was pretty much the gist of it was not all 5 guys being in sync, especially on defence.
17 turnovers. Can't imagine you'd be happy with that one. It was obviously an issue you've had in the past midway through like what we've already played. I guess how do you look at those turnover numbers, 17 compared to 9?
Yeah, and a few of them I think, I don't know how many, but the result of offensive fouls. Like execution, we tried to be real pointed with what we wanted to do offensively and where we wanted to send the ball. I felt like for the most part we were really aggressive. We still had 35 attempts in the paint. We put up 33 three-pointers, and that's usually been our average. We didn't do a good enough job getting to the foul line, so that's something we'll go back and have a look at. But the turnovers is just a little bit again of some pretty straight passing. I don't think we coped well with some of the contact. Perth did a great job really testing the boundaries, and the refs saw it in a sense of being legal, and that's probably something that we struggled with was trying to manage that level of pressure.
There was some tough calls there, and I guess it puts you guys under a lot of foul pressure. What was that like for you as a coach towards the end there when you had a lot of guys in foul trouble and you were having to, I guess, rotate through that bench more so than you would usually?
Yeah, we did the coach challenge on Keanu's third, so I had to roll the dice because that was early in the game. And with Sam being out, it really makes us short-handed. So, we were unsuccessful in that area, but then there was a flow-on effect after that. And, we're getting better in a sense of weathering that storm, to get the 5 on the floor tight and, our body language and how we communicate with each other and moving on to the next point. We can sit there and cry about it, or we can recognise the situation that we're in, the adversity that we're facing, and how we respond to that and how we navigate it. And we're getting better. I'm very happy in a sense of there were signs of our time of us to process what's going on and to move on has reduced. So it's going to look good in a month's time when, again, things aren't falling our way and how we manage and weather that storm.
And Shannon, what about for you? I guess you were one of those players that was in a bit of foul trouble there. How did you find that out there? I guess was the side getting frustrated? You could kind of see it.
Definitely you get frustrated at times. You want to try to stay aggressive on the defensive end, but when you get them foul call, you kind of, as a human being, you think about it a little bit. So I think a few of us, we got 3, 4 fouls, and we try to not be as aggressive, but we still got to play our same game, and we got to do a better job with that.
How's that angle going? I saw you come off and it restrapped it.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's just a little tweak, but it's fine, though.
I guess you guys were down by 18 early in that third quarter and then came back to about 5 points or 4 points.
4,
How
yeah.
How frustrating is it to sort of not be able to come away with the win or extend that margin even further?
Yeah, because the game is swings, and we always knew that we were capable of one at any point, and it came really fast in the third. Again, we didn't change too much what we were trying to do the game plan wise, and then a couple of things go against us, and I feel like we unravelled quicker than we usually did, just because it's the third quarter and it's the heat of the battle, and it was probably, we weathered the first storm. It took us longer to try and regroup, and the second weathering of the storm obviously didn't play out.
Do you think there was more pressure given you guys haven't beaten Wildcats in, I think, 2
Yes and no. I think, trying to still put a product on the floor for our home court. The road caught up a little bit. This is our 4th game now. We got another one in Melbourne, which will finish out a 5-game stretch in 2 weeks, and that's no different to what anyone else is doing. But obviously, we look forward to getting Sam back in the lineup, and that helps with some big minutes from a 5-man. So I think it was an accumulation of multiple things that sort of played out what you saw tonight.
And I know you guys were sort of aiming for that top spot, but did sort of be a bit of a clearer indication of where you're really at?
No, because you look at the disparity, I guess, in what fell short for us on the offensive end is we average a touch under 22 3-throw attempts a game. So we still had 35 attempts at the rim. We still felt like we were, navigating the screens and trying to defend the way that we do. So we'll go back and review it and find out what the difference is. But, it's only, I don't know what it is now, but, rolling into this game, I think it was only Southeast and Sydney that are ahead of us in terms of 3-throw attempts. And, you saw the game the other night where there was more 3-throw attempts than anything else. So I don't think it's changed because, Perth was still able to get to the line 26 times. And so we'll look to see what the subtle differences were from our end so we can get back to the stripe as we deserve.
What did you see Keanu learning out of that experience playing up against Thomas, who kept him quiet and essentially took him out in that, or took him out of the contest early on?
It's probably a question for Keanu. I'll be assuming what he's thinking right now. I haven't had a chance to have a chat with him, but the good thing about Keanu is he's continued to evolve and grow with each game, and this will be no different.
And DJ put up some good numbers. He kept his really back in it. He was, there were a bunch of guys who were landing shots. DJ was leading the way. I guess it just exemplifies again, the role he plays in this team and workload.
Yeah, there was a point, right, where we felt like we were going to him probably more than anybody because he was able to tick the scoreboard over. But yeah, the offensive side of thing I think was okay. We scored 83 points. You add in the extra 15 3-throw attempts we usually get. Offense is okay, some sloppy execution, but we gave up 105 points in a 40-minute game, and that's really where the game was lost for us.
Chris, on Zoom?
Just one for you, Shannon. What are your thoughts now on playing Melbourne on Friday? And can you recall playing in an open-air game before?
No, I've never played like that before. I was supposed to play in one, actually, but it got canceled back in college. But we have to move on from this game. We understand what we did our last game was with Perth, and we got to learn from our mistakes, be better on the rebounding, be better with our turnovers and all that stuff. But, Melbourne's playing good ball right now. We have to come out, be prepared for them, and find a way to win that one.
And Forde, you touched on it before. I wanted to ask, how much of a factor, you would never make excuses, but the fact that this was your 4th game in 11 days might have played in the way you were able to play tonight, and how do you freshen up, I guess, for a Friday night?
Yeah, the process has to remain the same. We can't waver from what we've been doing in terms of our preparation. It's got us 10 wins at this stage, so we'll go about our business in the next 48 hours the same because we'll be jumping on a flight. And at least it's a direct flight, which is good, to Melbourne, and obviously prepare for one last hit out before Christmas, which we get a little bit of a break before we play Adelaide on New Year's Eve.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.